Hi, everybody. Very good evening. I hope everybody is doing well and staying safe and enjoying their evening. Well, my name is Amir Akhtar, guys. Welcome you. I welcome you all in this Coding Invaders webinar, and I'm sure everybody is very much excited about it. So, yes, to all the people who are asking that when it's gonna start, so it started already. It's six. It's already 5 p.m. now in India. So, all the people, I'm here. We are going to start this particular webinar. But before I start, guys, let me fix my mic. Before I start, guys, I just wanted to know if you guys can see me or hear me well. You can just give me a thumbs up in the chat section that yes, you can see me or hear me well, and then I'll just start this particular webinar. All right. So, guys, if you can see me and hear me well, just give me a thumbs up. So I can see that Ria, Suresh, Kumar, Sahil, Nishant, and Nishant, Chandana, Krishna. Okay, perfect. So I can see that people are able to see me and hear me well. That's really nice. That's really great. Perfect enough. Great. So the numbers are increasing. People are joining in. So guys, just to tell you, my name is Amir Akhtar, and we are doing this masterclass to help you that how you can elevate your career and make your salary 3x with an IT switch. Even if you don't have any IT background, if you don't have any, technical knowledge, but still you can switch into IT and you can make big. How is that? For that, we will be discussing at the end of this particular webinar for sure. So you have to stay tuned. But yes, I do have a surprises for all of you, as I always give that surprises. So I have one surprises for all of you, but I'll come to that point. Before that, let me know exactly that what exactly location you have joined exactly. So you can tell me that from which place you have joined in and how old are you, so that I can have a clarity that what age demographics people are there in this particular webinar, so that accordingly I'll drive this particular webinar. Because in this particular webinar, we're going to have an amazing guest speaker having crazy experience and doing big in his life. So he's going to inspire you a lot. Okay, I'm going to ask a lot more questions, silliest question, toughest question, anything. We're going to have this interesting webinar. So all the people who are just watching me right now, keep your questions ready and keep telling me that from which places you are and what your age is, so that I can have that clarity. So I can see on the poll, so majority of the people are in between 20 to 30. Okay, so majority of the people are having some experience, and some freshers I have already joined. That's perfect. That's perfect. Rahul is saying, hey, hi, Rahul. नाम सुना है मैंने. Shivam Gupta, okay, is from New Delhi, and Kashmir, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, all over the India. Perfect enough. Thank you so much, guys, for telling me. Well, let me introduce myself. My name is Amir Akhtar. I'm a career consultant, and I have helped more than 200 plus people finding IT jobs. After all 5 years of experience, if you want to connect with me, talk to me personally, and discuss about how I can switch from non-IT to IT, or any questions that you have about coding invaders or anything, I have attached my Instagram link in the chat section. You can reach out to me, talk to me, and we can discuss about it. Yes, I'm not going to charge anything. All right. So, yes. So, in my entire journey, I have helped more than 200 plus people. And the best part is why I'm telling you this. The only reason to tell you this, so that, you can understand that whatever the problem or the challenges that you guys are going through, I can better understand, because I have helped all those people who are from 20 to 30. So they have their comfort zone problems. Somebody's having more responsibility. Some are committed in their personal lives, due to which they are not able to take this big decisions, which generally people call it as a big risk, which is not. So we're going to discuss a lot more thing, and I can much better relate, because I have gone through you know the from very scratch to top level. I've seen how people have changed their life just because by taking a major decision. So I'm going to help you with all of that. I'm going to discuss a lot more thing. So stay tuned till the end, because this webinar is going to be one of the most valuable webinar for all of you, and I will make sure that I will, you guys get some bestest possible value from this particular webinar, because I personally like this particular guest speaker who is going to join, and we're going to discuss a lot more thing. Okay. Meanwhile, let me tell you about this particular masterclass, guys. We are conducting this masterclass in a support of our course, which is IT Profession from Scratch to Employment. It's one of the course which named as IT Profession from Scratch to Employment. It is one of the easiest way. It actually helped you to switch from non-IT to IT. and you will get hold the things done in just 6 to 9 months very easily. Okay. Now, if you all the people who just wanted to inquire about the courses pricing and everything, so all the people who have just watching me right now, this is the normal course price. Okay, and this is what you will be getting with 33% discount because of Republic. So you will be getting it. So I'm attaching a link in the chat, so you can go and ask for a free counseling call, eat their head, ask them how is it possible, how you guys promise us job guarantee, how is it so possible in the time of layoff and recession, how you can promise all this. So you can ask a lot more questions, verify, interrogate, a lot more things you can do. So I'm offering you a free counseling call. Go try it and come back to me. All right. Now, the most important thing about the Coding Invaders. So let me share some statistics about the Coding Invaders. So Coding Invaders is a platform which actually helps non-IT people to get into high professionals, high paying fields. And we have the bottom line, if I'll say, people are starting with the 5 lakh of packages, but the maximum is 36 lakh per annum. So that totally depends upon your interview. If I'll talk about the overall statistics, so we have learners more than with 40 plus countries and 22,000 students, and 93% are the employment rates, and 100 plus companies have trained their employees with us. And if I'll talk about the salary hike, then it is on an average, if I'll say, then from 25 to 400% people have got the salary hike. Yes, and this is not something just I'm just giving you, I'm creating a hype. I'm just giving you a practical digits, and I will be showcasing you the testimonials as well. So now the most important thing comes in our mind that we are watching this webinar, you are listening me. So what you will get today, what you will learn today. So you will understand one thing is why to enter in IT today, why it is more important, why we should not negotiate this, and what is the future of IT market in India and the world. And the most important thing is you will get to understand the six of the most in demand profession in IT. You will get to understand that. So what all six professions are high demanding. What is happening is basically I'll give you my whole personal experience. In this whole 5 years of experience, I've observed one thing. If suppose somebody is a data scientist or somebody is a data analyst, so in India people will see that, oh, he's a data analyst, that's great, I will also try. So they will spend lakh rupees on the course, and they will also make themselves join in the data analyst course. But the problem is after 1 and 2 months they will get to know that this is not their cup of tea. So it's not all about making money as a data scientist. It's all about understanding which IT profession is your cup of tea and then pursue it. Then only you will be able to win this particular game. So we're going to discuss that as well. Okay. Now, the most important question comes in our mind that what we will get in this particular webinar. So you'll get a chance to ask question directly to a speaker. So Mo is saying that it's recorded, right? No, it's not recorded. So you will get a chance to ask questions to the speaker, and you'll get a certificate of participation as well, and get a special offer with our IT profession from scratch to employment as well. So now the surprise is here to all the people who is watching me right now. I'm going to start one contest right in front of you. What will happen in this particular contest? In this contest, I am attaching one link in the chat section. In this contest, whoever will register, okay, after 30 minutes, I am going to share my screen and pick one random person, and I'll enroll him in a job guarantee batch. That is from IT profession from scratch to employment course. Yes. So all the people who is participating, go fill it up your details, participate in this contest, because this contest is not going to run for 2-3 days or 1 week. No, I'm just starting it right away, and after 30 minutes I'll be sharing my screen. Whoever have submitted their details, I'll pick the one random person, and I'll make sure I'll in front of you, I'll enroll him into a job guarantee batch. All right. So we're going to discuss a lot more things, and I don't want all of you to miss this chance. If you're watching me, let's make the most of it. Okay. And the link is in the chat section. Give me a thumbs up if you're done, and then I'll start the webinar with our guest speaker. So meanwhile, I'll give you few seconds of time, guys. Go register and let me know if you're done, so that accordingly I'll just start this particular webinar. So guys, I hope everybody is excited and everybody is filling up the form very quickly. So go fill it up, come back to me and tell me you are ready, and then we will start this particular webinar. Meanwhile, I'll just wait for 10-15 seconds. So I got a message from the Naga Mahesh. He is ready. Chaitanya is also ready. Nandini is done. Ashish, hello. Hello, Ashish. And Chayaram, done. Preeti, done. Anybody else? Let me see how many people have participated. Come on, guys. Fill it fast. I'm waiting. I can see the numbers are increasing. All right. All right. Poonam is done. Sheen is done. Sarika done. Chayaran done. Ashish done. Great. Poonam is also done. Shivariti done. I have started observing that people have questions as well. Great. Nishan Sangi done. Aparna done. Okay, that's great. That's great. Done. Come on, guys, fast, hurry up, fill up the form very fast. I don't want anybody should miss. Okay, so to all the people who is watching me, yes, you're watching me, but you're not registering. Go register. Okay, go register and come back to me, and I'm going to start this particular webinar because I genuinely like that person who is our guest speaker because I have been observing him for so long, and I have observed his activities, I've observed his career growth. So I just thought that this particular guest speaker gonna help us a lot how exactly he is to that level and how we can make ourselves that. Okay, so I'm attaching the link in the chat section again and again. Guys, fill it up fast, and we have total more than 53%, 53 people have participated. Hit it up till 100, guys, so that it looks good and we can start this particular webinar. So the numbers are increasing. The last person is Govardhan, Hemant Kumar, Vinayak Dilip. Anybody else? Sarika Manda. And anybody else? Alex. Okay. Hi, Alex. And yeah, that's it. So without wasting any much time, guys, I'm going to start this particular webinar. So yeah, hi Anurag. I'm sure you must have also done it. Okay. Tanvi Shrikant, Ayushi Tiwari. Perfect. So almost more than 60 people have registered. That's great. Vonapalli Venugopal. Perfect. So, guys, I'll keep posting that link in the chat section. But without wasting any much time, let's start this particular webinar with our guest speaker. All right. So, please welcome Mr. Rahul Kishore, and he is a guest speaker. He is a manager, MIS and analytics at Vodafone PNG. So, Rahul, if you can join us, we are waiting for you.
Hi guys. Hopefully you guys can hear me. But
Yeah,
yes,
Rahul,
my name is Rahul.
we can hear you, but probably we cannot see you. Can you just turn off once again and turn it on? Maybe we can see you.
Okay, 1 second. Turning it back on.
Yes, yes, yes. Now we can see you. Now we can see you. Perfect.
Okay. All good.
Yep. So welcome to this particular webinar, Rahul. Like we just want to tell you that yes, we are a bunch of people who are having a curious mind to understand how exactly it is possible to switch from non-IT to IT. Plus, we have been observing that you are one of the gold medalists. Okay, and we are observing that you are one of the strong candidate. Okay, but for sure, I'll tell you about myself. I'm not a gold medalist. I'm a mechanical engineer. So I would want that we should clear a lot of myths which is there in our mind that if I will not be a gold medalist, can I also make something big like you and all? So before just I start, I just wanted that can you just give some about can you just tell about yourself in your own words how exactly you started and where you are? Would love to hear that, and then we can start.
Right. Yeah, I do understand that the audience is coming from a non-IT background. So yeah, I mean, I obviously didn't start with a IT background, but I got into software development in
Mm-hmm.
.NET, which is about six years back. And after that, I pivoted the career into data analytics and business intelligence. So, I mean, yeah, it doesn't take like, you don't have to be a rocket scientist. You don't have to have a degree in mathematics. You don't have to know statistics. You don't have to know calculus, things like that to get into data science and data analytics. There's a lot of stuff, there's a lot of data that's actually being generated in the world, and there's lots of ways to analyze that. So, I mean, yeah, anyone who could do it, basically, I encourage people to get into IT, not
Mm-hmm.
only because of the money aspect, but there's obviously other things going on in this world. I mean, you have telemetry, IoT, 5G, there's a lot of things that are connecting people in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, yeah, I mean, I encourage everyone to get into it. Yes, I do understand that it might be a bit challenging for people who don't come
Mm-hmm.
from an IT background per se. But yes, you guys can get into it. I was in software development, and before that, I was not in IT. Got into software development, basically got to know systems, then went into deep dive into data analytics. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, it's a great field. yeah, the money is one thing. I do understand that money does motivate a lot of people for a lot of
Mm-hmm.
things. Yeah, the money part is there. I think three times. I think that's an understatement. I think you would go anywhere between 4.5 to about 5 times in a lot of places in the world. So I mean, especially data analytics is quite big, especially in the Australia, New Zealand, Pacific region, and
Mm-hmm.
obviously in California and across the
Mm-hmm.
United States. I mean, data is big. So I mean, there's a lot of space in data analytics, not only just analytics, but you're looking at machine learning, you're looking at artificial intelligence. We have self-driving cars developed by Tesla. So there's a lot of headroom that's available, and there's a lot of skill shortages that the world is facing at the moment. I mean, we don't have people in
Mm-hmm.
technology doing all this type of stuff. So, I mean, yes, it's a great place to be. And I think this is the right place to be for anyone who wants to hit their career running at the moment. So that's that. So,
Exactly,
yeah, that's me.
exactly. That's really great. So, what I feel generally is we have been surrounded by a lot of technologies and the facilities, and that's how it comes an opportunity. And I feel that if we are not focusing on those particular technologies or the flexible, like the the features that we have all around, which is, I think 80% we are surrounded with the technologies and everything. So I think that it is also a big opportunity for all of us. We should start upscaling and get this thing done. So I have one question from um, my side, you can say from an audience side, that what I feel is, even like you talked about data analytics, okay, you also talked about the software development and everything. So for a person like me who is I'll just expose myself. I got 60% in high school, and I was having a one backlog in my graduation, and probably 6 7 CGPA. So can I make it big, something like that? Can I become a good software developer if I'm very much passionate, or maybe I could learn some skills set in 6 5 months or 8 months, complete some projects, and start giving interviews. Like, can I make something big?
I think when you say 8 months, I think that's a bit of a stretch. I think you can do anything within the first 2 or 3 months. I mean,
Wow.
obviously, you don't have to be like a genius to get into software development. I mean, there's so many resources out there. YouTube is a big
Mhm.
resource. Udemy is a big resource. So as long as
Mm,
you log into that type of stuff and pick up a language like Python, pick up a language like C
mm,
sharp, pick up R. These types of things are very
mm.
easy to get into. I mean, just because the names sound a bit intimidating, don't let that scare you. I mean, I think if you give yourself two months, I think you should be able to hit the ground running. Go there, log into YouTube, just download a few stuff, watch it, read it, understand it, download an IDE, get into Python, get your hands dirty on the keyboard. You'd get into it very quickly. And you don't, I mean, a lot of people also get, I guess they get discouraged because, I mean, I understand that education is expensive across the board.
Mhm,
There's a lot of free resources, and there's a lot of
mhm,
professionals in software development and data who don't have a professional degree in computer
mhm,
science or anything like that. A lot of the brightest people that I know, they actually have a degree in commerce, they have a degree in like arts and literature, and they're software developers now, and they're one of the best in the world. So
mhm.
don't let that discourage you. I think if you get all the resources online, you should be able to whack it, man. So it's
And by the
pretty
way,
easy.
are they actually looking for a degree in computer science?
No, they don't even look at that.
Exactly.
They look they look at the bullet points on your CV, on your resume. They look at that. They don't look at your education, man.
Okay, perfect. That's the most important thing. So I have successfully wasted my 10 lakh rupees in BTech. Okay, okay, fine. So yeah, but yeah, at least so guys, see, I'm just being very much honest to all of you what I have done exactly, and this is what I'm doing right now. So please make the most of it. Now, the most important question comes in our mind is like, see, and when I was doing bachelor's in technology, there was much hype. People were joining computer science, and then there is a time that recession layoff is happening. People are like screwed up that, oh my god, is something which is unacceptable. People are like, this is also department which people are getting laid off. Now again, people are discussing about data analytics, software development. So what do you think, that is it a right time to enter into IT, or we should wait, or is it already too late, maybe?
That's a good question. I do understand that Google is laying off a lot of people, but you have to be mindful of the fact that they hired a lot of people right after COVID had ended. So they wanted to fill that gap that they had during COVID. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't let that discourage you. Obviously, because it's a cycle, it's a cyclic thing, right? And I think they
Mm-hmm.
call this right now the Great Resignation or something like that. And plus,
Mm-hmm.
across the board, across the world, if you look at it globally, there's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
skill shortages in a lot of areas because the way that technology is moving, it's almost like humans can't keep up. I mean, we
Mm-hmm.
got 5G, we got IoT, we got all these things. We got like Australia, New Zealand. They're going through basically a digital transformation. There's a lot of
Exactly.
stuff that is being transformed over to the cloud. So I think this is the right time to get into it. And I think, I mean, like you mentioned, everyone is here between the ages of 20 to about 30 or something like that. So this is the
Mm-hmm.
perfect time to get into it. And it's very important to start studying the right things. Yes, you need a little bit of software background, a little bit of commerce background, but I mean, if you want to
Mm-hmm.
get into data analytics, you need to start to understand, to get into Power BI, get into Tableau, and get into things like this. But I think
Mm-hmm.
right now is the right time, and I think it's how we encourage people to get into it. I mean, there's a lot of people. I mean, I've seen on the chat right now someone Pabani who said, "I don't know
Mm-hmm.
coding." It doesn't matter if you don't know coding, right? Because you can
Mm-hmm.
learn it. It's something very simple.
Exactly.
It's almost like a
Exactly.
logic based type of thing. So you don't have to be scared about these types of things. You can
Mm-hmm.
learn it. It's learnable stuff, and there's a lot of transferable knowledge as well. So right now it's 2020, beginning of 2023. So I think this is the right time to get into it. There's a lot of companies that are hiring, and there's nothing stopping you from doing a lot of freelancing. There's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of job opportunities available, and the skills is just filling up at the moment. So I mean, yeah, we need people across the board. I mean, we can't even find people to fill the few roles that we want. It's hard to find good
Mm-hmm.
talent. But I
Mm-hmm.
mean, if you put your head into it, you should be able to get it. So this is
Understood.
this is the right
Understood.
time to get
Understood.
into it.
Now, the one thing I just wanted to know that some of my friends are IT professionals, right? And when I was in sales, I used to go, the field sales and everything. I was the one in the room who just come to sleep, and they were the people who were continuously in the room in the laptop. So, is it a good thing that in IT profession we get almost we get a flexibility to work from anywhere or work from home? Or this is a cool thing which I have heard that these people are making big, but also they're getting facilitated. Is it a good thing that we generally can expect from this IT profession that this is a common thing in IT domain?
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head with this one because a lot of IT people like ourselves, we're lazy. So we like to
Mm-hmm.
automate things because we're lazy. So yes, I think you can work from anywhere. I mean, all you need is a laptop, internet, and generally people in IT and software development and data and analytics, we're very lazy. We don't want to repeat the same type of stuff. So we get into automation. So yes, I think it's a good inherent trait that you have. So yes, you can work from anywhere in the world. I mean, COVID had actually changed a lot of stuff. It changed a lot of dynamics. It increased, I think, data usage by about 150% at one place. And yes, you can work anywhere as long as you have internet. You have a
Mm-hmm.
good microphone, a webcam. Collaboration worldwide is done over the internet. So why not?
Understood, understood, understood. That's great. So even if we are discussing so much cool thing about this IT, so just also wanted to understand all the pros and all the cons of IT. What would you like to say? Like, if you will, first of all, let's just start with the pros, and then we understand what honest word you have about the cons.
Right. Well, pros, I think the number one, first and foremost, it's considered as well, at least in the United States of America, IT is considered STEM, right? Science, technology, engineering, and manufacturing. And these types of jobs, they probably pay the highest. If you were to go to any type of, like a job profile, you would see that these STEM technologies, they pay the
Mhm.
highest. So yes, you're looking at anywhere between two, I think in the Indian rupee, I'm not well versed with it, but what about 5 to 8 lakhs, if anything, at the start of the career, that
Mhm.
would just keep on
Mhm.
growing.
Mhm.
Obviously, the schedule is flexible because of your capability to work from home. So that's obviously it's almost like you work at your own pace. So that's okay. Job security, obviously, because this is such a demanding role and there's not a
Mhm.
lot of people to fill it. So job security is 110%. I'm quite sure
Mhm.
that you won't be out of a job. Obviously, high demand, right? I mean, these types of jobs are very in demand. I mean, every day you're trying to find people and they don't even come a dime a dozen, and the
Mhm.
industry just keeps growing. I mean,
Mhm.
one day we have 5G, the next day you're going to have 6G, and
Mhm.
because the way that technology is, it's an enabler for other things. So it connects
Mhm.
people and enables other things, and stability, right? Once you're in the IT profession, you can actually branch out to different parts into IT. I mean, I I got into IT, some time back, and I didn't know that I would be where I am at the moment. So I mean, IT leads you in other places. It opens doors for you. You can do a lot of stuff. And
Mhm.
it just builds into the variety of professions, right? I mean, I started at software, I got into data analysts, and that's what
Mhm.
I am at the moment. And now I'm changing it
Mhm.
now, right? I'm
Mhm.
getting into my PhD into other sorts of things, into medical science. Now, if you look at the other side of the coin, you're looking at the cons, right? Yes,
Mhm.
number one is that you're constantly driven. You have to bloody update your knowledge. Yes, there's new technology. You have to keep abreast.
Mhm.
That's just a given. I mean, the way that the world is moving, there's a lot of stuff. So yes, complexity. Yes, I guess if you want to say complex, I mean complexity is a subjective term, right? Depends
Mm-hmm.
on what you view as what is complex versus what is simple. And obviously, the
Mm-hmm.
third one is sedentary work. So I mean, obviously, it comes pretty natural with a job. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
yes, it's a con, but depending on how you want to kind of look at it, yes, it can be both a pro and a con. So yeah, that's what I
Understood.
think generally, pros and
So,
cons.
just have one question. If we had discussed about the cons, like updating your knowledge and everything, what do you have? What do you like to suggest about this particular bloody chat GPTs came in the market, and people are kind of very
Yes,
scared about it. So, what do you want to comment on this?
I use ChatGPT. I think it's one of the most, magnificent things that we made. I think it just got introduced really, really late. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
yes, ChatGPT has. I mean, medical students there. I think Australia had banned it, in a few places. So yeah, I mean, it's great. It's learning. It's obviously machine learning. It's embedded
Mm-hmm.
into AI, and
Mm-hmm.
you can almost ask anything to it. So yes, there is a constant need to keep learning. But
Mm-hmm.
the good thing is, there's a lot of resources available out there. All these resources are free. You can actually even get a degree online for almost free now if you go to Udemy or
Mm-hmm.
Coursera, things like that. So yeah, I mean, yes, there is a need to constantly update your knowledge. It's almost every day. Technology changes every single day. So yeah, that's
People were
that.
main worried about that. Will this particular chat GPT things, OpenAI things, gonna take their seat or take their place in the employment? Is it something like that, or is it just like over discussed thing?
I think people are overthinking that because if you
Mm.
remember, who builds ChatGPT? Humans are the ones who code this, right? So
Yeah,
obviously, it's not something that's going to replace
and we
humans as
need
well
people to
because I mean
maintain
human.
that as well.
That's right. You need people to maintain it. Obviously, it sits on some sort of infrastructure somewhere on the cloud. So there's there's a whole host of jobs behind ChatGPT, and for someone to say that it would replace their career, no, I think that's false, and that's a really long time from where we are at the moment.
Exactly, exactly. It's as simple as that, guys. If you could understand, even if the free videos are there on the YouTube, doesn't mean that the teacher will lose his job. Still, teachers are making good
Right.
money, right? So, yeah,
That's
you're
right.
gonna be same. That's not a problem. But yeah, it's a kind of a solution to all the people. All right, so
Mm.
guys, I just let's directly understand. I'll just skip this slide because one thing is very clear that yes, there's too much involvement in IT and every single industry is growing. So let's first of all understand how exactly this IT thing works and what sort of professions are involved in every single functionalities. Let's suppose if I'll take any companies who is like IT companies and what sort of function they go through and how exactly the professionals are involved. If you can see there are five, six, the domains, the designation is mentioned like, mobile developer, front end, back end, data analyst, QA, IT, and many more. So how exactly these designations are placed in the functionality and how you can understand that why these professions are high paying and why they're equally important and why they're equally high paying professions. So we'll get to understand that. Okay, over to you. Can you please explain us how exactly things works in this IT?
Right. So in terms of IT, like if you look at product owners, for example, right? I mean, if you look at a single product in IT, there's a
Mm-hmm.
whole team behind it, right? Obviously, number one is getting your requirements down. So you need to understand what the business needs to do, right? There's an objective that the product exists for an objective, right? And usually the objective is to fulfill some sort of customer requirement, right? So number one, you go through the business requirements, which is the needs. You talk to people, you sit down with people, you understand what is the role that you're trying to fill, what type of things do you want to achieve with this particular tool or
Mm-hmm.
software, right? So that
Mm-hmm.
basically covers points one and two on the slide, right? So that's where the business analysts come in. You got your Jira, you got your Confluence, you start documenting your user stories and things like that. Then you get into the management of the project. So basically, you kick off the project, you start to agree with the project members about what it is, what type of milestones that you guys need to achieve, and by when. I mean, it's very important. Project management, I think it's not given enough importance, but I think it's a major part. And there's a lot of careers that need to start addressing this because projects are getting so big and projects are being basically split up into different types of phases. So you need different types of project managers to handle different parts of the project. Number four, I think, which is probably the hardest part, is the design. There's a lot of stuff that is designed in a not in the best fashion than what it should be. And because people they don't get the design right, you have to go back and you have to do a lot of rework, and that actually is a big cost to the business later on. Especially when it comes to software development. So you want to get your design very well at the beginning. And but again, getting your design, you won't always be 100% right, but you'll get pretty close to it. Obviously, if you go on to number 5, which is the implementation phase, obviously you got your front end, you got Node.js, React.js, you got your back end, and then you got your apps. So everything is basically being app driven anyways. I mean, you look at Uber, you look at, New South Wales, how you basically book a cab, how you book, your public transport and things like that. Everyone is accustomed to the idea of an app. I mean, no one goes to
Mhm.
the website anymore, right? No one wants to do it. It's something that's almost like a prehistoric dinosaur type of thing now. So obviously coding, we need people to basically implement these types of solutions. And, there's a large need for front end development. Technology is moving. I mean, we're moving out of the 3-stage development of, the front end, the middle end, and the 3-tier application. We're moving to one page, basically applications. Testing is very important. Unit testing and all this type of stuff, regression testing, system testing. There's a lot of integration. Integration testing is important. And obviously you go live, after that. Go live, you deploy it, and then you let the system run, and then you have to maintain it. And then after this is done, obviously you have to start checking out your customer trends. How often do your customers access this application? How long do they spend on the application? What do they do on the application? And once you go through step 9, that's when the real
Mhm.
work comes in for an analyst, for example. Because once you start analyzing how people interact with your system, you can start targeting them and seeing, okay, what do they need again? And then you can start develop more products from that. So I mean, going through this, I mean, yes, I understand for the people who don't come from an IT background, it might seem like it's Greek, but it's not. It's a very
Mhm.
logical fashion, going through steps 1 to 9, and
Mhm.
I think you guys shouldn't be discouraged by it. I mean,
Mhm.
obviously, implementation, front end, back end, it's important. Everyone does it. Design is very, very important, and designing is a crucial part of software development and for any system. So all of these parts, they're very interconnected, and all of them are very equally important. So
Mhm.
whatever type of career that you guys want to get into, whether it's an analyst, a PM, development or testing, or a data analyst, all of
Mhm.
these things, they're very rewarding careers, because I've actually spent the tenure of my career throughout all of this entire life cycle, and each proponent is actually very, very rewarding. Not in terms of only money. I mean, yes, money exists, but in terms of your self motivation, your self righteousness, it's all very rewarding. And I think anyone who wants to get into it is a very rewarding career to get into it. So yeah,
Understood.
that's
Understood.
my take on it.
So as you said that this see, if I'll just see overall, the most discussed profession is data analyst, business analyst, project management,
Yes.
front end, mobile development. But I have seen comparatively people discuss less about Q engineer. But I feel that Q engineer plays a very important role. If we will just remove that test,
Yes.
then it's like no use. Like we cannot approve it and we cannot launch it even if the whole thing is done. So one thing is very clear with your explanation, Kishore, that every single step is interrelated and equally important. And if IT industry is growing, then it means all these professions are also growing very well.
That's
Well, I
right.
just want to discuss about this data analyst part. As you said that I like somewhere I feel that you are more sort of in favor in data analyst. So is it something that
It,
uh, you know uh, making sense out of a lot of chunk of data? This is what data analyst people do in a very layman language. If I just say that, if I'll give you a bunch of activities or data that this much pizza or biryani has been delivered in New Year evening from Zomato or Swiggy, so the analyst people will sit and observe the pattern and will make some sense out of it to increase the number of orders in the next
all
New
right.
Year evening. Is that same thing what you guys do?
Yes and no. But I'll talk in layman's terms. For a data
Mm-hmm.
analyst, there's a lot of data. There's a lot of data from a lot of sources. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, there used to be a thing called data warehousing, right? But data
Mm-hmm.
warehousing is almost a thing of the past. Everything has gone into a data lake now. So
Mm-hmm.
yes, there's element. I mean, if you look at it in the most principal fashion, data analysts, what we do is we analyze boatloads of data. We have 100 data, and all of this data is almost like raw data, right? Transactional data. So once you start to see this transactional data, you start to basically start to define trends out of it. You visualize this type of data, and then once you define the trends, you'll start to see
Mm-hmm.
what type of systems interact with this data, what type of people interact with this type of data, and then from the trends, you're able to predict what's going to happen. So that's the real important part. because once you define the trends, then you can talk to stakeholders, other, primary stakeholders, your CEOs, your CFOs, and you start to
Mm-hmm.
define other new business problems, and you can actually define new products. So yes, I will agree with your statement that I am a bit more biased towards number nine, because
Mm-hmm.
that is where the world is turning towards. I mean, there's
Exactly.
so much data around us, and we don't have, enough analysts to get the job done. And that's where, ML and AI is actually gearing towards, because we have so much data at our disposal, but we just don't have, like, I mean, we're just limited as humans, right, to mine
Mm.
all of this data and to actually elicit trends out of it. So that is a career that I think is booming, and I think people need to get into this area at the moment, because
Mm.
we're in the century now. I mean, we have IoT, we
Mm.
have 5G. Pretty soon we're going to get 6G. So everything is data driven. So the more data we have, the more trends we're going to get. Pretty soon we're going to have sensors inside of our bodies, things like that. So once you get inside of a body, inside of a DNA inside of a genome, what else are you going to do, right? I mean, I think one strand of DNA probably has, like, what, I think 3 terabytes of, like, data. So I mean, to analyze that, I mean, that's pretty big, and that's where we need people to really focus on.
Mr. Musk has already started doing it with some sort of a
Yes,
startup. His
yes,
startup is having something related to the brain or something. I just know something
right,
little bit
right.
about it, but yeah, yes, that crazy person has started. Okay, now, so if I talk about this data analyst thing or a business analyst thing, so how I can differentiate that? Are they similar things or do both different things? Business analyst and data analyst.
Now, it's two different things, because if you look at a business analyst perspective, they look at things from a business perspective, right? They document user stories, they document user actions, how people interact with systems. They design systems, they define class diagrams, motion diagrams, data flow diagrams, things like that. Data analysts, they work completely almost on the transactional data and type of motion data that you guys get. So two completely distinct type of things. I do note that a lot of people sometimes overlap this because of the word analyst, but it's two totally different types of things. Business
Mm.
analyst, you're talking about Jira, Confluence, user stories, and things like that. You're translating, your stakeholder requirements into objects that can be coded into software. Data analyst, you're looking at complete data. You're looking at trends, you're looking at business intelligence, you're looking at data visualization tools and things like that. Machine learning and AI is over there in data analyst. If you want to go translate business requirements, business problems, you get into business analysis. And so that's the
Mm.
two distinctions.
Understood, understood, understood. So I think that this data analyst thing, that the bunch of tools that they have, if we learn, we can implement in multiple platform. Like I think HR also need a data analyst to maintain their employees record, and I guess a chartered accountant also need a data analyst to maintain the
Yes.
transitional record, and I guess logistic people also need, e-commerce people also need. So I think it's a set of tool which, if we will master it, we can implement it anywhere, and we can like, as a fresher, I'm just talking. Let's suppose if I'm from a non-IT
Mm.
and I just get into this domain, so I can fit into certain things. There's no particular strict rule about choosing which interests or not. At the basic level, when I'll be joining, whether as a business analyst or data analyst, at least for 1 year, my job will be same. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, 1 year is going to take you to get used to the business,
Mm-hmm.
get used to the people, get used to the
Mm-hmm.
culture. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
any type of work, sales, CRM, finance, you need data analysts. So yeah, I mean, you can hit the ground running.
Understood. Understood. Thank you. Thank you so much for this detailed answer. Well, let's discuss about how much money we can make, although these are the definitions of the designation, which we have understood already. But let's discuss how much money these particular professions can give us. But before that, just want to tell you, we'll take a small break to tell you what exactly we do. So we discussed all six high paying profession. Right now, I'm sure you guys must be confused that which profession I should choose. Now I'm confused. They have given me six options. Now, to understand that, you cannot try one by one everything, because it will be a waste of time and money as well. Because at this time, we should be fast paced. All right. So what we have done, so that's the beauty of the course, that is IT profession from scratch to implement. What we have done will take 6 weeks, and every week we will give you the modules of different domains, and we will make you practice, and we will also assign you a career counselor. So when you will practice, while you will be going through this particular process of 6 weeks, definitely you will like something and you will not like something. All right. So once you will like something, you'll get an idea that this is my cup of tea. This is what I'm liking. Because what happens majority of the time is like when you go for any sort of a program or courses, after 1 month you realize that it is working or it is not working, and but you cannot do anything because you have paid a lot. So what we have done is we have tried saving time and money both. How? By giving all six high paying professions in the first 6 weeks. Try everything, and we will give you a career counselor. They will give you a feedback that which is exactly your forte. And then after realizing and after getting a clear message that yes, QA is working for me, or data analyst is working for me, or mobile development is working for me, once you get that clarity, then continue that profession for another 8 months and get a guaranteed job. So that's the beauty of this particular course. All right, perfect enough. So I have made certain you know uh, packages with QA engineer career growth, and a lot more I have made. But majority of the time whenever I interact with the guest speaker, they laugh at me because I have written very low number of salaries. I have taken the worst case situation, but nowadays people are getting more than that very easily. So I just want that you can also laugh at me and you can tell me the correct digits right now, how much people are nowadays making, a normal intern is making, or normal fresher is making. What is the starting packages they are getting, if you have any rough idea?
I'll start from the top up because I'm more geared towards the top. I think if you're looking at a chief technical officer, you're probably, and I'll be talking about an AUD.
Yeah.
I think if you're looking at a CTO, depending on the size of the company, you're looking at about 500,000 to about 1 million AUD, depending on the size of the company. Yes, because
Mm-hmm.
the CTO, all of the people will report to the CTO. And then, like, so for example, if you take a base pay of about maybe 350 to about 500,000 AUD, right, CTO, and then as you go down the chain of command, you have your CTO, you have your director of technology, then you have your managers, your technical support managers below that, then you have your team leads. So you're looking at anywhere between, I want to say, 100,000 AUD to anywhere between, well, what, 180 to about
So by the way,
250,000.
guys, AUD is Australian dollar, right?
Yes,
Yes. So one
Australian.
Australian dollar is equals to 60 rupees. You can say correctly right now. So now you can
Yeah,
continue. Just wanted to add this point. Yeah.
right. So, I mean, because that's the currency I'm most well versed with. And
Mm-hmm.
so, depending on the size of the company, you're looking at anywhere between 100,000 to about 250,000. So, yeah, I mean, very rewarding career in terms of just pure salary and superannuation and all that type of stuff. Now, if you go to the United States, that's a different case altogether. United States, bigger economy, so obviously much bigger pay. CTO, I mean, for example, if you look at, I think the CTO of Oracle is what, Larry Ellison, right? So he probably gets paid about close to what, like
Mm-hmm.
5 6 what million. So yeah, I mean, and that's Oracle, and Oracle is a major company. I mean, they got Oracle Cloud, they have Oracle, infrastructure, uh, huge. So yeah, you look at the directors, you look at the team leads, you look at the managers. These are all very highly paid jobs, and obviously they
Mm-hmm.
started from where? They started from the bottom. So you start from the
Mm-hmm.
bottom, you work your way up, and obviously very rewarding career. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, you're looking at six digit figures, both in AUD and USD.
Mm-hmm. That's really
Mm.
nice. That's really nice. So somewhere you gave me a clarity that of people who is starting, so they can start with 10 lakh per annum as an Indian currency, if I can say. Just converting that
Mm.
AUD with Indian. So on an average, we can start with 10 lakh packages, which is common. Understood. So got the clarity. Thank you so much for this. So guys, to all the people who are just thinking that how much they can start. So in the worst case situation, if I'll just say and convert that AUD into the INR, then you can start from 8 lakh. But on an average, I've been observing that people are starting with 8, but I have written 3 7, but I'm being very modest right now. But to be very practical, right now people are starting with that 10 LPA very easily. All right. And as the experience grows, you can also shift to Australia
Mm.
and talk in AUT for sure. To all the people who are just trying to understand how much we cost in the course, this is the costing. And just because Mr. Kishore is here, we are trying to give this discount to all the people who can afford, and they can continue this particular program. So the link is in the chat section to avail this free counseling call. All right. Now the most important question comes in our mind, that how exactly you choose your path. Like, I mean, you're learning. You said that I went into data analytics. I have got an idea that this is what I have to do. So how exactly you calculated in your mind that this is what I need to do? How exactly you wanna
Uh,
give some points to us that which one I should choose?
yeah, I'm glad you asked that question. I get that question asked a lot, actually. It all started because I was in software development, and I started to realize that a lot of development that was being done, it was interfacing with a database, and everything at the time was just basically being transformed. So I thought to myself, if I start to work with data now, I'll be in a better position later on,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of the software was being automated, and then you would see that you had a lot of automation developers from Infosys, from Accenture, start working. So I kind of had a bit of a hunch about how important data is, because I noticed that a lot of my CFO, he was just making decisions off of like data. It wasn't like the software component that he was looking at. It was just like data. So I was like, okay, this was almost like a wake up call for me. If
Mm-hmm.
someone at that position is making decisions based off of data and not about the quality of the software, something is up. So that was almost like the turning point in my career, and that's when I just pivoted. I went out of software, I went into data, and ever since I got into data, then I started to realize how important data is. What you can do with the power of data. I mean, we're
Mm-hmm.
surrounded by data. I mean, you got so much. You got sensor data, signal data, 5G data, everything,
Mm-hmm.
anything and everything that you name it. Across from the medical, telco, cars. I mean, my car has like a few sensors inside. So all that type of stuff, it just kind of made me feel like, okay, fine, this is where I'm supposed to be, and that was the defining point. And a lot of people, they fail to understand that, because you really need to start to assess your surroundings, and you need to see what type of
Mm-hmm.
technology is being lived and breathed around you. So that's how I chose my path. That's how I got into it.
Understood, understood, understood. So, like, is this something that to become like you were into this analytics domain, right? And somewhere like I feel that I need to be very much good at mathematics, or maybe I need to have very much good analytical mind. Similarly, just wanted to know that if I am having a good leadership quality, what profession would be best, like on all of 6-1, or maybe like if I'm a person having good creative mind. So what do you think that which profession I can fit in most?
If you're creative, feel you're creative, get into data analysis, man. Business analysis. You need a lot of creativity to see what you can do with the data. That's the place to
Mm-hmm.
go. Data.
Okay, so like playing with the
Yeah.
numbers and the data. All right, all right, perfect.
Yeah, and you
Perfect.
you don't have to be a math genius. So yeah, I
Mhm.
mean, I wasn't a math genius. I'm still not a math genius. I mean, I didn't need like trigonometry, geometry, calculus, and all that to get into data. I got into it. And once you start playing with data, it's almost like you're building blocks. You get all this normal data, you plug it in like a Lego stand. You put one
But
and one
but
together, and then you'll
like
finally
I
get the
mean,
bigger picture.
but you are a gold medalist. How can you say that?
Yeah, well, it's. I think people. I no, because I didn't have anything better to do, right? I was alone I lived a large part of my life alone, so I was just at home. Yes, I have a gold medal. It's in software, but no, it didn't influence me to for the data analytics part. I mean, I wasn't a genius in math. I mean, it really depends on what your definition of being a genius is. I mean, I
Mhm.
I know a lot of people who are much much better at math than I am, but no, I don't
Mhm.
think you need math to start your career off, man, in data.
Understood. Understood. Yeah, that's giving me a confidence, man. Thank you so much. So let's
Of course,
understand.
yeah.
Let's understand this. So, guys, I know that you must be having a lot of questions, and you must be thinking that I have certain qualities. So, I have made one slide where you can just see what qualities you have. So, guys, I just want you all to just look at this particular slides and spend 10, 15 seconds and let me know that which exact profession you feel that you're gonna be the, you know it's going to be the one for you. So for sure, like suppose you are having a creative mind or good communication skill, or if you are having good research and attention of details, communication, problem solving, then you can be a good data analytics or data science would be a right fit. Maybe if you are a person having a patience, then you can be into the back end. If you are having empathy and problem solving, attention to details, and you can be a QA. So a lot more things. So guys, you can just comment down so that I can understand that are you able to realize that which one is right fit for you or not? By the way, Kishore, there's one guy who is saying that I don't know English. So, well, in that case, what to do? We should learn English?
I think you speak English just fine.
No, no, no.
Oh, he said, oh,
Please,
he
please.
doesn't know English. Oh,
Yeah. So, what to do in that
oh,
case?
just use Chat GP, man. It'll translate everything that you say. So yeah, you don't have to know English. Just use
Exactly.
Chat GPT.
Exactly. And I think that if suppose somebody thinks that, the if I'm not knowing English and it is a problem for me, then they know the solution. You have to practice English, right? Do it.
Right,
Not a
right.
big problem. Okay. There's one girl, Nandini, saying that I'm average student, dropout. Now I have a mindset to learn anything and everything. Wow, that's nice. That's nice. So people are getting motivated from you, Kishore. So let's come to the main Q&A part without wasting any much time. I know that Kishore, you are running late of the time, but still I would request, I'll just take 5 6 questions, which is people are texting me again and again on the private DMs as well. So now I'll just pick up the best one and we can discuss the questions and then we can definitely gonna start. So there's one guy who's saying that I'm from a medical background, okay, and I have 3 years of experience now. Now I want to switch into IT domain, and after 3 years, there's a 2 year gap as well. Okay,
Right.
so how exactly he gonna switch into IT domain? Too much challenges now.
I don't think it's a challenge. I think he needs to look at it as a positive light because he's coming from a medical background.
Mm-hmm.
So that in itself, I mean, he's ahead because once you take that, I mean, because obviously knowledge is transferable, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
just because you studied a particular subject doesn't mean that it won't be applied in IT. And just because you took what, a 2 year, like a leeway, like a gap, it doesn't matter. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, whatever you learn, you don't unlearn it, right? So it's easy.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if he depends on what he wants to get into in IT. But I mean, I encourage you to get into Udemy. There's a lot of resources. I mean, this for one as well is another resource you guys can get into, and just get into it. I mean, I don't think that the fact that he took 2 years off is should be a showstopper for you. And I mean, I think he's in a better position because he came from a medical background. So I mean, one and one together. I mean, why? I mean, he could be a medical data scientist for all we know, right? He could be the one
Wow.
who finds a cure for cancer.
Wow, wow. So we can fit in that as well. That's great. I mean, like generally, people think that people like I am from a non-IT or I'm kind of a fresher. I'm trying to switch. Why they will look at my profile? They have already a bunch of people who are experienced. What would you like to say on that? How I can create my worth and how I can justify my worth that I'm also equally important. You can look at me.
Well, that's another thing that people are slowly understanding is that people need to be given an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And what I've noticed is that a lot of people they're afraid to fail, but I think I think it's good to fail. But if you have to fail, you have to fail quickly because if you
Mm-hmm.
fail quickly, you learn quickly, and that's
Exactly.
what I encourage people to do. I mean, yeah, I mean, we never started with experience, right? I mean, no one did. I mean, we came into
Mm-hmm.
it as a fresher, right? I was a fresher, you were a fresher. Everyone has to start somewhere, but that shouldn't discourage you from still applying. And
Mm-hmm.
you have to set yourself apart. You have to tell people, you have to show them that your energy, that you're willing to learn, you're willing to adapt. I mean, this type of stuff, your personality goes a long way, right? I mean, I remember there's something that I think Kanye West said. He said that, your attitude determines your latitude. So I mean, if you have the attitude to learn, I mean,
Wow.
why not, right? I mean, if I was a hiring manager, I would definitely give someone a chance. You know, if they
Exactly.
didn't have any years of experience on their CV, you still give them a chance because they have obviously if they have the attitude to learn, they have the willingness to learn. Then yeah,
Mm-hmm.
everyone, we got to start somewhere. So you have to be fair to people. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
And I guess
I think
like
they can still do it.
that's the point comes in. If suppose people are saying that I don't have an experience, that's why like we have to start doing some case studies and project to show that yes, I have these things and I can prove myself, right? So I've got it. I've got it. So one thing
I
is
mean, you
very
have to
clear.
have a portfolio, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you have your CV, but then there's a lot of projects that are available, a lot of open source projects that you can contribute to, a lot of website development. So you just keep a portfolio, keep it handy, and you show it to your employer. Like, okay, I don't have any formal experience, but these are the projects that I worked on. So I know
Mm-hmm.
Node.js, I know React.js just as
Mm-hmm.
good as the next person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's very important to have a portfolio.
Great. Thank you so much. I don't know why I need to ask you, but I wanted to ask you. This question is from my end. So in your entire journey, how many interviews you got rejected?
I got rejected.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, this is a good question. Probably 6 or 7. Close to 10, I would say. Close to 10, I got rejected. Close to 10, I got
Okay.
rejected.
So, and how many of them you actually applied for?
How many did I actually apply for? Probably about 40 to 50.
Wow. So you applied for 40 to 50 and you were rejected in tens of
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
And every time you were learning from those rejection, right? Was those rejections
Oh, yeah.
helpful to you?
Oh yeah, every rejection, whether it's in a relationship, it's whether it's a professional thing, you learn from it. I mean, you learn from your mistakes and you only get better. So yes, every rejection is an opportunity to improve yourself. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one rejection said that my CV was too long. So what did I do? I reduced my CV. Another rejection said that I was too qualified. What did I do? I had to redact a few stuff. Third rejection, they said that I didn't know a particular technology. And then
Mm-hmm.
I told them, look, it's transferable knowledge. Just because I wasn't that experienced in another cloud technology doesn't mean that I can't take the skills from another cloud technology because they're all the same service provider. I mean, same services, right? Compute is compute, whether it's on Oracle Cloud or Azure. So yeah, I mean, every opportunity where you fail, it's an opportunity to get back up and do better. So rejection is important. You can't
Mm-hmm.
expect to nail everything that you get across. And people need to learn to accept that failure is a part of life, and you only grow from it.
That's great. That's great. That's great. So that's one other question from a guy that he has done BSc in mathematics and is into the competitive banking for 3 years, and he's saying that I want to switch into data analytics. What to do? I think that is one of the best profession background he has. So what would you like to suggest to the
Right.
people who are into this banking background for 3 years and thinking about analytics domain? What do you think? What they can become best?
Well, first of all, they already have a good experience with banking, right? Banking has a lot of data to begin with. So obviously very well versed with numbers. I think what you have to do is I think you should just do, a course do one of the Google courses, the
Mm-hmm.
Google Analytics course. I think it's free. You get that,
Mm-hmm.
you get a little bit experience in data analytics, and you just apply for it and you open up a project. There's a lot of data analysis projects. There's a lot of data sets on Kaggle that's available. You pick up one of
Mm-hmm.
these data sets on Kaggle, you start running, a little bit of analysis on it, see what type of trends you can get. And start with the visualizations. And there's hundreds of data sets available. There's a lot of medical data sets available. There's a lot of banking information available. And banks, they're looking for a lot of data analysis. They're looking for analysts. But yes, I mean, I think he's in the right place, and I think he's making the right decision to get out of the banking sector into the analytics sector.
Understood. Understood. Thank you. Thank you so much. So the last but not least, there's one question from Aaron is I have 7+ years of experience. That is totally 10 years of experience in digital marketing. What career
Hmm.
path should I choose in IT?
Digital marketing. That's an
Yeah, I mean,
interesting
like these
one.
people are dealing with the SEOs, and there's people are observing the
Yes, yes.
analytics basically to run ads, the clicks, and
Right.
everything. So again, the same answer I think from your end, right? So what would you like to suggest?
Yeah, I mean, I think this guy's in an even better position because he's been looking at SEO, right? I mean, he has like customer tracking, customer profiling, right?
Yeah,
So he knows
yeah,
what type of products are being done. So he can get into project management too. I mean, if
yeah.
he has all this wealth of knowledge, project
Mhm.
management, and I think project management is something good because with that type of knowledge, he can actually start to develop new products. I mean, obviously, I mean, if he has an entrepreneurial background, if he has elements of that, he can get into, project management and analytics as well. I mean, those two
Mhm.
things is booming areas, right? So I encourage him to get into it. If not now, then
Mhm.
when, right?
Understood. Understood. Thank you. Thank you so much. There's one interesting question from Tanya, and
Mm,
she is saying that, as you mentioned, you got rejected almost close to 10. So
mm,
did you got these interviews? Because these days, getting through these interviews is a big thing because of ATS, applicant tracking system. Because nowadays, people HRs are using ATS to shortlist. So,
right.
any comments?
Um, that's an interesting question. Yes, I do know there's a lot of ATS. Did I pass the ATS? Yes and no. Because I want to say yes, because the way that you structure your CV, and I want to say no, because you have to be not afraid to pick up the phone and call them. There was a lot of times where I didn't hear back from the employers and the hiring managers, but I went and called them. But yes,
Mhm.
ATS is there, and I think to be fair, you guys have to structure your CV in a way that beats the ATS software. A lot of people won't tell you guys this, but you have to structure in a way. You have to put in the right keywords, and
Mhm.
that will help you pass through. I think in one article I read, ATS looks for I think 60 keywords, in a
Mhm.
particular place. So yes, yes. I mean, I don't think that it was the ATS that was rejecting me. I think it was the process of the interview.
Understood, understood, understood. Got it, got it. Thank you so much. So the last one, sorry, from Sairam. Out of six domain you have mentioned, which has more demand?
Project management and BA and DA. So data analyst, business analyst, and project management. Those three.
The most demanding one.
Most of, at the moment, obviously, that would change, right, in the next coming years or so.
And the high paying as well?
Oh yeah, I mean, the hype is there. If you go into LinkedIn, there's so many data analyst jobs. And
Mm-hmm.
obviously, actually, I'm not even being fair to front end development, and app development. It's also very, very demanding. But I think in terms of if you're looking at an order of preference, it goes from data analyst, business analyst, project management, and then front end development.
Mm-hmm. Understood. Understood. Thank you. Thank you so much for this detailed answers to all the questions. And I'm done with these questions. But yeah, I'm really, really thankful that you joined here, and I really enjoyed the way you have answered with a very peaceful mind. And I never knew that the gold medalists are so cool. Sitting and talking very cool. So
No,
I
no,
thought that
I
somebody
think
is like very much like studious and very much serious person I'm going to talk to. But it was really interesting to see a gold medalist like you. Would love to stay in touch with you. So just wanted to know before you go, or before you leave, because I know that you're running out of time. So any last message you want to give to all these beautiful people having this curiosity and want to make something big in their life? So what you want to give a message?
I think there's 77 people who are on there at the moment, and there's a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
on the chat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of questions about. I mean, Nandini, she's saying, I am not a fresher. I'm having a career gap. Can I get into IT?"
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say, I want to say to everyone who's listening, um, don't be discouraged by any type of roadblocks. Yes, you will get roadblocks, right? But that's a part of life. And don't be afraid to jump careers and just dive into it,
Mm-hmm.
because you never know until you really start to test the waters. And some people start their careers at the age of 30. Some people start their careers at the age of 40. And it doesn't matter whether you have an electronics degree, you have a arts degree, you have a journalism degree. I mean, the world is your oyster, so you can do anything that you put your head to. So I'll leave you guys with that. And we need people. Don't just shy away because some ATS software has blocked you out. There's ways around it. There's way to fix your CV to get into it. Um, Learn how to write your CV. Learn what you want to do in life and be passionate about it. Right? Passion and dreams take you forward. Right? I mean, if you're passionate about something, you will see it through. Um, and finally, have yourself a good support system. Have people you can talk to. LinkedIn is a very powerful tool.
Mm-hmm.
Manoj had reached out to me. LinkedIn is a powerful tool. You talk to the right people, you get to know the technology. There's a lot of technology, and don't waste your time online. Stop wasting your time on social media. It's important,
Mm-hmm.
I understand, but it's at the time in your career is very important. You got to connect with the right people, talk to the right people, and your network needs to be strong. So that's some of the things that I did, and yeah, I mean it's proved successful so far.
Thank you. Thank you so much for these beautiful words. We genuinely enjoyed it. So I will just carry on this particular webinar. Meanwhile, you can have
Right.
I think is it your working hours, right?
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm. It's
Oh,
my
it's night.
10:34 p.m.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but there's an upgrade anyways that I need to attend to. Just because you're a gold medalist doesn't mean you can't, get your hands dirty. I still get my hands dirty. So yes.
All right then. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining over here. We enjoyed the sessions, and I will just carry on this webinar to announce the winner. Thank you so much for joining over here.
Okay. Bye bye.
Yeah. Have a nice day. All right, everybody. So we had this great session with this cool gold medalist, and I genuinely enjoyed talking. As I said, that it is genuinely possible if you have done it, and you know, if you have a passion to do it. The best thing which I like what he said is if you have an attitude, then you have a latitude, right? So yes, guys, you can do this. Okay, so it's just that you have to take this decision now. Time's up. Only 69 people are there. I have to choose one random person for the winner. So the chances of winning is very high because all the people who just left are not very much involved into this winning this course. So stay here, guys. All the people who's watching me, yes, you, if you are watching me, stay here because the more less number is there in the chat section, then there's a high chances of winning, less competition. So stay here. All right. Now the numbers have started increasing. Okay, so I'm going to announce the winner now. So guys, to all the people who is watching me right now, and I know that you must be having another lot more questions to ask, right? So I'm attaching my Instagram to you. Go DM me if you have any questions or anything. If you want to ask about the courses or anything, you can reach out to me, talk to me. I will help you answering those questions. I'm available all the time. All right, so don't need to worry about. So let's get started. Okay, so moving on with the next slide. I hope you enjoyed this particular session. But to all the people who have joined me late, I want to tell you that I have started one beautiful contest just 40 minutes before, and I promise to everybody that whoever will participate in this contest, I am going to choose one random person and I'll enroll in a job guarantee batch, that for sure. All right, so time is up. So all the people who has joined late, so they can go register and tell me that yes, you are done, you are ready, and then I'll announce the winner for sure. So guys, go register, give your email and number, and I'll just share my screen and I'll pick one best person, anybody, and I'll right away enroll in a job guarantee batch. And you will, what you will do in this particular course, in the first 6 week, you're going to try all 6 high paying profession, then try everything, then realize that this is working for you or not. If it is working, then continue for another 8 months and get the guaranteed job, because we provide in written agreement of job guarantee as well. So that's an interesting part, playing safe, right? So Nandini saying that I'm ready. Blair and Amanjot Kaur is saying that I'm ready, done this, okay. And Vanapali is also saying that he's done. That's great. Let me see how many people have participated. So I can see 90 people have participated. Guys, hit it up till 100. Let's cross 100 and I'll just go and announce. Come on, hurry up. The last one is Avinash. The second last is Pranali. Hritisha Gupta. Come on, guys, fill it up. To all the people who's watching me, I'm not gonna just waste any much time. I know that maybe some of you are bored, but it's time to win, man. Come on, just hit it up. Just cross 150 and let's do it. Okay, because I'm going to announce the winner now. So total 98 people have registered. Siddharth is the last one. Anybody else who's left? Anybody else? I'm refreshing once again. So I can see the numbers are still increasing. Ramana Pant, Ruchi Ashani, Tanya Alexander, and is it Alex and Tanya Alexander same? I don't know. Some people are filling it twice. Come on, guys, just cross the 100. I'm just waiting. So, guys, I know that you are filling it up fast. I have certain things to say and mention, but I just want to tell you how exactly we are doing. Just to quickly tell you, this course is 9 months course where first 6 week has been assigned to try all 6 profession, and then once you will realize with the help of career counselor, then continue for another 8 months, master that particular domain, get a dream job, and that's how it works. If you look at this graph, this is like what you like, where you're good at, and what is in demand, and that's how you will win this game. All right. So Akshata is done. Tanya is saying no, no. Okay, I got it. The name is not same. Adya is saying that yes, perfect. How to choose IT profession? It's very simple. What you like, where you are good at, and what is in demand. The common one is the main game, and that's how you will win the game. Okay. So we have a lot of things. You will learn from how IT industry works. You will have a live sessions in this particular course. You will try all 6 most popular IT profession and you will practice it with project. It's a very practical thing. It's not like your friend or your relatives or your Sharma uncle is telling that okay, this will work, this will not work. No, be very practical. Let's suppose if I'm a not suppose I'm a mechanical engineer. I can tell you why not to do mechanical engineering, right? Similarly, try all the things. Then you can also say that this will work for you, this will not work for you. To understand which is not working for you, you have to try that, right? And that's how we are saving time and money. All right. So we have all these things available. We have gathered the tools, skills, and test assignment. We have got created that a perfect candidate profile for each professional so that you can get maximum interview calls, and we know that what exactly is needed to get hired and get your call shortlisted, because we have more than 300 plus hiring partners. Come on, we know exactly what the requirement are, and that's how we prepare the candidate and get them placed for a high paying jobs. So it is not something which I'm just saying to create a hype, but it is a very practical thing. The demand is so much, but the supply is very less, because nowadays people are facing very much problem. The professionals like the Kishore is facing a problem that they are not able to find the skilled people. That's a major problem. So that's why they ask that, do you have experience? If you have not experience, you have any case studies or projects or whatever the course you have done, did it with a practical approach? If yes, then show me the case studies project. Because if you are from a non-IT background, so how exactly you will prove your worth? To prove your worth, you have to show that what assignments are the things you have. Makes sense. So that's how it works. So program tools and skills that is available, study format is totally for a working professional, and the student who is like coming at 6 p.m. or 7 p.m., they can also do it. 80% is practical based. Job simulators are there, one-on-one mentorship are there, so that you can ask the silliest question, right, guys? And professional mentors are there. You can see the screenshot, you can talk to them one-on-one. So why we guarantee? Because we have a lot of job applications we apply, because every company have their requirements and they reach out to us because they know that they have seen our courses modules, and they know that yes, exactly, this is what I need, professionals who know all this, and that's how they will take the interviews. If you look at the story, then people generally start at 5-7 lakh, but to be very honest, right now people are starting with 10 lakh packages and reaching up to the top. Exactly. All right. So guys, I know so Amanjot Kaur is saying, can you please let me know when the classes will start? So the class is going to start in just 2 or 3 days. Okay. So I would request you to fill up the form and you'll get a counseling call and you can discuss about the coming batch. They can tell you very quickly. Okay. That's not a big problem. So, all the people, the time's up. I have to announce the winner now. So, to all the people who have not filled yet, let me just see my sheet, how many people have participated. Now I have to announce the winner because I can't make you guys wait. Okay. So, all the people who have joined me lately, I just wanted to mention all of you that I'm going to announce the winner now. And to have not filled it yet, I have started this contest 50 minutes back. Okay, and promising that I'll share my screen. I'll choose one random person and I'll make him a winner. Okay, so the link is into the chat section. To all the people who is feeling lazy to enter it, I would request you, because last webinar, what happened? The guy joined very late in the last moment when I was just sharing my screen. The last moment he entered his detail, and luckily the website chosen that random person, and he was the winner. So if you're watching me, and if you're just putting your earplugs like that and just watching me and not doing anything, then please fill it up, because I have to announce the winner now. So let me see how many people have participated. Total 109 people participated, and the last person is Sazia Sultana. So Sazia Sultana, thank you for filling up. Sorry. Atia, Benita, Ankush Sali. Anybody else? Come on, hit it up. The numbers are increasing very fast. Let's touch 200, or let's touch 150 maybe. Let's skip the small target. Okay. So Manoj Shinde and Muhammad Azad, I guess. Muhammad Azimullah. Thank you for participating. 117. Let me see the chat section. Are you guys ready? Show me some excitement, because now I'll just take 2 minutes and I have to announce the winner. My slides are over. All the talks are over. Now I don't have any content to talk. All right. Meanwhile, if you guys have any comments for me, that did you like the webinar? Do you like how exactly I helped you? Do you like the way of my hosting or anything? I was a boring, or I was a good, or I was good at asking the questions or anything? You can let me know. Okay, because I am observing that the people are filling up the form. So let's give them a time, 10-20 seconds. Meanwhile, you can just give any feedback to me if you have any feedback for me. And I'm also attaching the link so that you can register. Blessing is saying it was good. Thank you so much. Anybody else? Nobody's interested in giving compliments to me. Sad. No worries. Okay. It was interesting. Mehtab is saying it was interesting. And Racha is saying webinar was interesting. Great. Prince Tiva is saying good at asking questions. Thank you so much. Akshay is saying very good. Thank you so much. It is motivating me a lot. You know what? You never know that your single compliment or feedback can change somebody's life. Mehtab is saying you are active throughout. Thank you so much. Claire is saying awesome webinar. Good. Tanya, it was absolutely amazing, very friendly, most important, great way to show someone how one can see their path. Thank you so much, Tanya. Poonam, perfect, sir. Hemant, it was great. Ojas, eye-opener session. Athiya, it was excellent. It was good session. It was much. Your voice also too good. Thank you so much, Mehtab. Nishant, so good information shared today and it was helpful. Nagaratan, webinar is great, clarifying so many questions we had. Webinar best. Thank you so much. Wanapali, good. Sayyida Nishant, thank you for touching the latest trend. Amazing details. Nandini, I'm super excited. It's marvelous. Wow, so many. Thank you so much, guys. I'm very much happy right now. You guys motivated me a lot. So I don't want to waste any much time. I have to announce the winner. Otherwise, you guys will say that he's boring. Okay, so we have 123 winners right now. To all the people who have appreciating me, thank you so much. I would love to connect with all of you. Especially, I like that long passage compliment. I like that a lot. Thank you so much. I'm gonna read it again and again. I've taken the screenshot. Okay. So you rocked it and it was great. Okay. Thank you so much. So now it's time to announce the winner. So the last people who have filled it, the last person is Surya. I'll just refresh my sheet. And then, you know what? The guest speaker was from Australia and he was at the time was 11 p.m. Okay. So you can see the link as well. So if you want, you can connect with me. This is the link to my Instagram. You can DM me, talk to me, and we can organize some better webinar as well so that we can get this chance again and again. All right. So Akshita is saying that it was very helpful. Thank you so much. Perfect. So I'm going to share my screen, guys. Okay. So let's share the screen. Let's see how many people have participated right now. So 124 people have participated. That's perfect. Sharing my screen. Turn on sharing my screen. Great. I hope you guys can see. Hiding the numbers, hiding the email ID so that people should not misuse it. 124 people have registered. Great. So I hope you can see the sheet. So Surya is the last one. So I use this website to choose the random person. So I'll just show you. So how many people are there? I guess 124, right? Oh my god. What is happening with this? So we have to choose one person and let's choose we have 124 and we have to choose one person. Okay, let's see anybody is there whose numbers increase, so it's 124. Okay, so guys, I'm going to announce the winner. Okay, let's see, finger crossed. So I'll just turn this one 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Number 62 is the winner of this particular contest. Whoever is 62, let me tell you what he's going to win. He's going to win a premium course that is IT profession from scratch to employment, which promises job guarantee in just 9 months. So he or she is going to win this particular course. And in this particular entire course of 9 months, the first 6 weeks, he or she is going to try all high paying professions. Along with that, he will be getting or she will be getting a career counselor, and they will help you to understand which is the right cup of tea for them. And then they will master that particular profession for next 8 months, and they will get a guaranteed job with an agreement, because we have 300 plus hiring partners and our team are ready to get them placed. All right. So let's see who is 62. Let's go. Who is at 62? 62, 62, 62, 62. So 62, Godham. Godham, if you are watching me, let me read. Godham PT96 at the rate gmail.com. You are the winner of this particular contest from Coding Invaders. You won this particular contest in just 1 hour. You're going to get a call from an academic counselor and you will be enrolled for a job guarantee batch, which is just going to start in just few days. But all the people, like I'll just take the name, Naga, Bleshan, Amanjot, Akshita, Tanya, Naga, Mahesh, Nagaram, all the people who are actively participating, stay here. I have some announcement to make and I have something to tell you. Okay. So, first of all, I wanted to just congratulate Gautam who have won this contest. If you'll miss the call, you'll get the call in the morning itself. But yes, you are the winner of this particular contest and you won this. I think he is not here. Okay, no worries. So let's move on. And I have few things to say. Okay. So, contest result is out. Okay, don't be worried. Nishant is saying, Nishant is upset. Don't be worried, man. You got the value right. You got an idea. Sometimes you're getting an idea and clearing the myths is one of the best winning thing. Okay, let's move on to all the people who have not won yet. They can still get the job guarantee batch. The job guarantee batch is like, the pricing is 11,490 and you can get it in 7,690, 33% discount. And there's EMI programs to make it pocket friendly for all of you. There's no interest involved. We will pay interest for you. The best part is you have referral benefits. So Naga is saying that, can you redoing it? How can I redo it? It will be a cheating, right? So how exactly the referral thing works? Let's suppose there's one guy is having one friend. So if you will refer somebody, both of the friend will get 5,000 discount. And if you will refer to 10 people, you all 10 people will get 5,000 discount, and you will get 50,000 discount. So if you have a good network, then you will have a great net worth. Why? Because the more you will share, the more you wise you will become, and hence your pricing will be zero. All right. So make the most of it, guys. Okay. And I hope you enjoyed this particular session. And thank you so much for staying with me, motivating me, giving me the feedback. Amanjot Kaur is saying that actually I registered many times, but I did not get any counseling call. I'm so sorry if you have registered so many times and not got the call. Maybe there's some mistakes going on. So you can fill it up, or you can share your details in the private. I will arrange the call right away for you. You can directly DM me, not to everybody. Okay, you'll get hundreds of call. Then you can just directly privately DM me, and I can arrange a call on priorities for you. Nishan Sangi, bye. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this particular webinar. Thank you so much. I'm attaching my Instagram link to all the people who want to connect with me, talk to me, and ask that when will be the next webinar and how I can win this game. I will tell you all the secrets. No worries in that. Let's go. And I hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you so much. Very good evening. See you in the next webinar.